Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Denver. It's great to see all of you. We have a beautiful setting, and we're out here, and fans will be out here, so it's a great day and a great week for Major League Baseball and for the country, and internationally as well. As you see, we have a bit of a surprise for you here, as we are introducing the starting pitchers, and we have history being made as we have a history-making player. We haven't had the best slugger in the league start for an all-star team ever. We can say that with certainty. Last time that was happening, it was before there was an all-star game, and the Bambino just did it for a short time. But we do have history being made here. We have a returning starter for the all-star game as well. We have 40 first-time all-stars. That's a record. We have 35 age 28 and under. So allow me now to introduce our managers for the all-star game. First up, from the National League, from the World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers, Dave Roberts.
Thanks, Brian. It's good to be here in Denver. Denver does a great job with the Rockies, and this city's fantastic. Major League Baseball, for us to get this game in, I think that the players, the coaches, the fans, everyone's excited. We're going to do our best to put out a good product out there, and like Brian said, there's a lot of new, young, rising superstars. There's a lot of men that have passed the test of time. One no better than Max Scherzer, who is going to be the starting pitcher for the National League, and another special one in Shohei. So Kevin and I are friends, so it's going to be a fun, competitive all-star game. So thank you for having us.
All right. Let me introduce then the starting pitcher. As you just heard, this is his fourth start for an all-star game, and he's a man who puts in the work year after year. The outstanding pitcher for the Washington Nationals, Max Scherzer. Max.
Say a couple words?
Yeah.
No, it's an incredible feeling. To be named to the Ace All-Star Game, and now my fourth time to start it. It's an incredible honor. When you step in the room with a room full of all-stars and then you get the ball, that's a special feeling. It's really hard to put into words. So for Dave to select me again, to give that honor to me with the quality of arms that are in the National League this year, I'm very blessed and very thankful for that opportunity.
All right. Max, thank you. Dave, why don't you tell us your starting lineup for the National League?
So, starting lineup, I'll run through it here. Leading off, playing shortstop, Fernando Tatis, San Diego Padres. Hitting second, DH, Los Angeles Dodgers own Max Muncy. Third base, hitting third, former Rocky, now Cardinal, Nolan Arenado. Hitting cleanup, playing first base, Atlanta Brave, Freddie Freeman. Fifth, playing right field, Cincinnati Red All-Star, Nick Castellanos. His teammate, playing left field, Jesse Winker. Hitting seventh, catching from Philadelphia, JT Realmuto. In the eighth, playing center field from Pittsburgh, Brian Reynolds. And rounding it out, batting second leadoff, second baseman Adam Frazier.
All right. Dave, thank you. And let me note as well, for Max Scherzer, he is only the sixth pitcher in the history of the All-Star Game to have at least 4 starts. Max, congratulations. Now from the American League champion, Tampa Bay Rays, Kevin Cash. Kevin?
Yeah, thank you. I just second everything Dave said. Denver, thank you for welcoming us. We miss this. Our players, staff, everybody missed this experience last year for obvious reasons. It's nice to be having this game again, and can't think of a better place than Coors Field and the Denver community to welcome us.
Kevin, thank you. And up next, the starting pitcher for the American League, and Kevin will explain how this will happen if you're into the machinations of lineups and DHs and all that sort of thing. But we welcome in, having a truly historic, spectacular season, starting for the American League this year, Shohei Ohtani.
シーズン中に戦っているリーグの皆さん、素晴らしい選手の皆さんとプレーできること、また、ナショナルリーグの、今まで戦ったことのない素晴らしい選手の皆さんと、一緒にプレーできるのを楽しみに、頑張りたいなと思います。
So I'm really excited to play along with all the American League guys that I faced during the season, and I'm also excited to face the National League players that I don't get the chance to face during the season. So it's my first experience, so I'm really excited.
Shohei's interpreter is Ippei Mizuhara. Ippei, if you could ask him, then did he think he would be starting or pitching in this game? I'll ask the first question. Go ahead.
このオールスターで先発投手に選ばれるっていうのを予想してましたでしょうか。
ピッチャーとして選ばれるということに関しても、あまり予想していなかったですし、その中で先発として選んでいただけるっていうのもすごい光栄ですし、全く予想してなかったです。
Yeah, I was actually not expecting to be chosen as a pitcher at all, but to be named a starter, I was really not expecting that at all. But it's a huge honor, and I'm going to try my best.
Excellent. Kevin, how did this happen? Why don't you tell us how it happened? And then for the rules, we didn't think it could happen if we were going by the ordinary rules to have a DH also starting. So maybe you could explain that.
Yeah, look, basically it came down to, we all know Shohei was voted in as the DH, and he was one of the 5 starting pitchers voted in by the players. Kind of took that to heart. I think we would all respect what he's done and meant to our game this year. This is what the fans want to see. It's personally what I want to see. And to have the opportunity to do something that's a generational talent is pretty special. I begged Major League Baseball to tweak the rule for today's game, because if they didn't, I know I'd screw it up the rest of the way, pulling pitch hitters and DHs. So for this game, we're going to be allowed to use Shohei as 2 players. He will be the starting pitcher and the DH, and when he's done pitching, he can remain in the game, and then we can transfer in the next DH after his day is over at the plate.
All right. That makes sense. He is 2 players. That's good. Excellent. Kevin, why don't you give us your starting lineup for the American League?
Well, starting with Shohei. DH, Vladimir Guerrero, first baseman for the Blue Jays. Xander Bogaerts, shortstop for the Red Sox. Aaron Judge, right fielder for the New York Yankees. Rafael Devers, third baseman for the Boston Red Sox. Marcus Semien, second baseman for the Toronto Blue Jays. Salvador Perez, catcher for the Kansas City Royals. Teoscar Hernandez, left fielder for the Toronto Blue Jays. And Cedric Mullins, center fielder for the Baltimore Orioles.
All right. Kevin, thank you. Shohei, by the way, is the second Japanese-born pitcher to start an All-Star game. Hideo Nomo, of course, the first. He is the first player in history to be selected as an All-Star, both as a pitcher and position player after being elected as the starting DH. And he will also become the first participant in the Home Run Derby that has also started a Major League game on the mound. So he'll be a busy man. And Shohei, thank you so much for taking part in everything. Thank you. All right, so we can open up to a few questions. We have a little bit of time, so if you'd like to ask a question for our managers or our players, if you can put your hand up and we'll recognize you. How about right there? That's you, sir. Yep. The mic's coming. Go ahead.
Sorry. Patrick Saunders from the Denver Post. I got to ask you, for the Rockies fans, did you give German Marquez any consideration to start here in Denver?
That's a great thought, great question. I absolutely did. I think that for the fans, the Rockies fans here, it would have been a nice gesture and a nice honor, certainly. I think that for me, ultimately deciding on Max, I felt that what he's done this year, as far as performance, what he's done for the game of baseball, his track record. I want to take this opportunity also because he's a former World Series champion in 19, and last year the Nationals didn't get that opportunity. So for Davey and his staff, not to be able to have this experience that I'm so grateful for, and my coaches, I just felt that that is added on top of that. So on every level, for me, it was a no-brainer. But German's having a great year and certainly would have been a great choice.
Okay. You can just raise your hand and we'll get the microphone over to you. We have him right here.
Hey guys, Dave over here on your right. Michael Spencer from CBS 4 here in Denver. Can you talk about Bud Black and having him on your staff? Obviously, you guys had the opportunity to do that a couple years ago. But what went into that decision? I imagine it was an easy one. And what do you think that might be like come Tuesday?
Well, a few years ago, I had Davey as an honorary coach, Buddy, a good friend of mine, honorary, and then this, he's a good friend of mine, mentor. I wouldn't be here without him, and so it's in his home ballpark. So I asked him, I gave him first right of refusal. He acknowledged it and accepted. He just managed his 2000s game yesterday. They got a game against us for the Pods, beat the Pods, so that was good for the Dodgers. So no, for him, I was happy for him, and he means a lot to me personally.
Okay. Tyler?
Yeah, for Shohei, I wanted to know, what is the biggest challenge in being able to be both an elite pitcher and an elite hitter at the same time? And for Max, you know how hard it is just to be a great pitcher. Could you imagine doing what he's doing, and what amazes you about Shohei?
一番は毎日違うコンディショニングをしないといけないので、先発の時は先発のコンディショニング、打つ時は打つ時の、準備をしないといけないのを、毎日続けるのは少し難しいかなとは思います。
Yeah, I would say the difficult part is the preparation. It's obviously prepare differently as a pitcher and a hitter, and it's kind of different for me every day. So just getting used to the preparation, that's probably the biggest challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be awesome if I could hit. Right now, I'm 0 for the first half, so I haven't gotten a hit this year. No, just the fact that he can pitch and hit, and the demands that are on your body to be a pitcher are intense, to say the least. I can definitely speak to that. So to be able to shoulder those workloads and then also be able to hit as well, I mean, that's just absolutely incredible. So it takes an unbelievable athlete to try to be able to accomplish that. And obviously, that's what he is. He's an incredible athlete, and I feel like that's why you're seeing some historic things come out of him in his first half of what he was able to do. So, it's much watch baseball anytime he's on the field.
Let me ask that Dave, do you think it was possible for him to be able to do both at the same time the way he's doing it right now?
Well, we did. We wanted him. He didn't.
So did we.
He didn't pick us.
So we.
So we did, but until you know, you don't. And so to see it kind of play out like it has, we're all fans of baseball, and to see something that really hasn't been done in generations is, where in my opinion, it's the best talent ever in baseball, 1 through 850 or whatever, and for him to be this marquee player, it's remarkable.
Max, what do the players say as he gets up to past 30 home runs and he is still pitching the way he is?
We just laugh. I mean, we laugh because it's such an amazing accomplishment. Every milestone he keeps hitting, or how he keeps leading the league in certain categories. And it's my teammates that come back at me and be like, I still haven't got a hit. Like this guy's got 30 tanks and I don't have a hit.
Kevin, did you think it was possible?
Not at this level. I mean, I think there's been players that have attempted and have so much respect for the ones that have shown the ability to do it. But at this level, probably not. And I don't. No, I didn't.
Yeah, you have company there. No question right there.
For Dave, Baseball Fan 603 from New Hampshire, I will again thank you for that stolen base in 2004. All of New England says thank you.
Thank you.
As the game drew closer and some of the National League stars were hit with injuries, Buster Posey, Acuna, Mookie's not here, Jacob deGrom, what were the challenges you faced putting your lineup together?
Well, obviously there was a lot of moving parts, and I think that Kevin feels the same way. I think that, in one sense, Acuna just got hurt just recently. That's something that's very unfortunate. He's a fun, bright, young superstar. For the guys that couldn't make it, for whatever reason, it's I understand it. It's disappointing, but I think it just gives fans and these individual players another opportunity to showcase, and fans to get familiar with other superstars. So I kind of look at it that way. They're all great players, and it's gonna be a great game.
Okay. I see some hands here. Who has a microphone? Do we get a microphone? Oh, right there. Go ahead.
Question for Max. It's Owen Perkins with the Telluride Daily Planet. As a veteran player who's been to a lot of games, can you talk about the evolution of the All-Star Game in your experience and what it's meaning to the players these days? It's gone through some phases, but how important is this game and this tradition? We didn't always have players showing up, but what are you seeing from the players in terms of the significance of the game at this point?
I don't know if I would classify it, there's been an evolution. It's the All-Star game. Everybody comes here, has a great time. Obviously it's a little different with all the protocols still in place. But it's a great time to be in the clubhouse with everybody and enjoying everybody's first half and the accomplishments everybody's had. It's a special time for everyone. Everybody works so hard to be able to get to this point. So to be able to share it with everybody across the league, with everybody who's earned it, it's a special day.
Okay, right back there.
Hi, this question is just really quick for Kevin Cash. I'm curious, just the decision to start Shohei, how much of it was it also, I guess, partly influenced by just logistically how difficult it would have been if he was going to come into the game in relief to warm up, how long he would be in the lineup? Was this sort of also partly just an easier route to get him on the mound tomorrow?
Well, Joe Madden, the manager with the Angels, we spoke multiple times, and look, Dave and I both have responsibilities to protect not just our players, but all the players that are on both of our rosters, and I think it made the most sense and the availability of it to do something that he has already done, rather than ask him to hit and then come in and pitch later in the game. This is something that he has done for his team in Anaheim, and felt most comfortable that's the right way to treat it.
Okay, we have a question right here.
Jessica Camerato, MLB.com. This is for Max. You often talk about durability, so to have earned this many All-Star selections and now this many starts, what does that mean to you?
Well, if you're going to durability, I mean, I pride myself on that, being durable every single year, and try to make every single start, and that this is another kind of testament to that. It's hard to be selected, much less selected consecutively, and so that's where I got to give a lot of thanks to all of our trainers and strength coaches that have worked with me through the years of putting me in the right positions to keep my body feeling as good as it does even still today, so that I can go out there and compete and pitch at my best. So there's a lot of other people that deserve credit for this as well.
Okay, a question right there.
My name is Junko Kuboku. I work for NHK. 大谷選手にお話を伺いたいと思います。今日のホームランダービーについてなんですが、今日本は東京で非常事態宣言が出たり、本当に出口が見えず苦しい状況にあります。そんな中で日本の皆さんが楽しみにしているのが朝起きて見る大谷選手の活躍と本当に皆さんがおっしゃっているんですが、今日はどんなパフォーマンスを見せていただけますでしょうか。
You got that one, Kevin? Is that for Kevin Cash? No, I'm joking.
For Shohei.
Basically, the question was, Japan's still going through a lot of crisis from the COVID, and people are kind of down, but everyone's waking up to see Shohei's results in the games, and that's giving everyone in Japan a lot of energy, and everyone's just looking forward to how he's been performing. And so she's asking what he's looking forward to in the home run derby.
自分に限らずリーグというかメジャーリーグを代表するような素晴らしい選手たちがもちろん出場するので、その人たちの素晴らしいバッティングを見て朝から気持ちいい気分で迎えていただければなと思ってます。
Yeah, I mean, it's not just me. There's 7 other great hitters that's going to be very entertaining. So I think I want to sit back and watch them do their thing. And I think everyone in Japan should be watching all the 8 participants. And I think they'll have a really good morning.
Outstanding. Yes, right there, sir.
Thank you. Daniel Alvarez from El Extrabase for Shohei. Shohei, you've been compared to Babe Ruth all season long. So I would like to know how much do you know about him? And if you look at all the history and stats and what you're doing, and if you pay attention at all, and what does that mean to you?
そんなにもちろん現役の時代を見てるわけではないのでたくさん見てるわけではないですけど、それでもやっぱり知ってる人がたくさんいますし、野球やってれば知らない人がいないぐらい、素晴らしい選手なので、比較にしてもらえるだけ光栄なことですし、どうなるかまだまだ全然わからないですけど、自分の力を最大限発揮できるようにこれからも頑張りたいなと思ってます。
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've never seen him play in live, but I've seen a lot of footages and heard a lot of stories and read about him a lot. And if you're a baseball player, obviously you've heard his name before. So, and he's like a legendary figure, and it's a huge honor to be compared to somebody like that. But all I can do is just try my best and see how my season and career ends up.
Okay. We have a few more minutes. We can take a few. Right there. Yes.
Ron Blum from AP for Shohei. What is it, do you think, about you mentally and physically that allows you to do both? And were there times where you thought you couldn't, and what convinced you that you could be successful?
でなぜその挫折した時とかあるんでしょうか。そしたらどうやってそれを乗り越えたんでしょうか。二刀流に関して。
ここ2年間は手術もあってそういうところでつまずいたりはしましたけど、同時に出れない不甲斐なさだったりとかっていうのはもちろん感じていたので、期待に応えられない不甲斐なさっていうのもありましたし、そういう面では今年は健康にできているのがまず一番いいところかなと思ってます。
Last couple of years, I had some surgeries and I wasn't fully healthy, so I wasn't able to do what I really wanted to do, and it was really frustrating. But this season, I've been healthy. I've been able to do my thing. I'm enjoying every day. So far, it's been really great this year.
Any other questions? If we get a mic right over there, we'll take maybe one or two more.
Hey, Shohei. Jeff Fletcher, Orange County Register. Obviously, doing the home run derby, in addition to everything you're doing in the All-Star game, is a lot physically. What makes you confident that it's not going to be too exhausting for you or too much of a drain?
出るからには多少なりその疲れは出るとは思いますけど、それよりも楽しみにしてくれる人たちがより楽しんでくれればいいなとは思ってます。
Yeah, I mean, I'm expected to be pretty fatigued and exhausted after these 2 days, but there's a lot of people that want to watch it, and I want to make those guys happy, so that's why I'm going to do it.
Excellent. Yes, right there.
Yes, for Dave, Max, and Kevin. So much has been made about trying to bring offense back into the game. You're at Coors Field, which is historically the most offensive park in the history of baseball. Will you see, is tonight or tomorrow, maybe does the pendulum kind of swing this season to where it gets more fair? Or what is the goal for you guys for baseball moving forward in the second half in terms of the offense?
Who wants to take that one?
You can understand it. Being in the dugouts right now, why offense has been challenged, it's because of pitchers like Max, pitchers like Shohei, pitchers that are filling out both of our rosters. I'm excited just to see the home run derby. I hear that we're going to be breaking records with feet on home runs. But like I said, from the side, you understand why it's so offensively challenged, and you want to see a great game and the fans to enjoy what they're coming to see.
Well said, Kashi. Well said. Yeah, just to kind of piggyback on Kevin's comments, I think that as far as the pitching is ahead of hitting. There's ways to attack hitters. It's better than it's ever been. The hitters got to catch up. It's been better than it ever has been as far as talent. And there's an adjustment. There's approach. There's mechanics. There's all this stuff that we could talk for hours about. But the bottom line is that the talent on the pitching side is really elite. And hopefully we're going to see more offense. I mean, I don't think these guys want it or he wants it, but we'll see what happens in the second half.
Okay. Another question right there.
Shohei, Ben Verlander with Fox Sports. How much does it mean to you to be the first ever player to participate in the home run derby, be the starting pitcher, and hit in the All-Star game? How much does that mean to you personally?
本当に光栄なことですし、本当にさっきも言ったんですが、ピッチャーとして選んでもらえるとは思ってなかったので、そういう意味でも期待に応えれたらなと思ってますし、さっき監督も言ってもらいましたけど、期待はしてもらっているので、そこに応えれるように精一杯頑張りたいなと思ってます。
Obviously, it's a huge honor. Like I said earlier, I wasn't expected to be chosen as a pitcher, but I was, and Kevin right here and everyone else has very high expectations for me, so I just want to match those expectations.
Okay. And maybe one more question?
Brian.
Where are we? Oh, yes. You have your choice. There you go.
Hannah Kaiser from Yahoo Sports for Shohei. You mentioned sort of feeling like you knew everyone wanted you to do all of these things, and that's why you're doing it despite the fatigue that you'll probably feel. I'm curious, just generally, how the hype of the first half of this season compares to everything else you've experienced in your career. Like all the people who are so excited to see you at the Derby. How does that compare to other things you've done in your career?
まあもちろん打席に立てば前年よりもものすごい歓声もらえますし、まあ、マウンドでも同じなんですけど、まあ、そういうのも増えたかなと思いますし、まあ、シャーザー選手ももちろんそうですけど、そういう素晴らしいピッチャーと素晴らしいバッターといっぱいこう対戦することによって、まあ、自分のレベルがどんどん上がっているのは感じるので、そこはすごい嬉しいかなと思ってます。
Yeah, compared to the past seasons, I feel I hear a lot more cheers when I'm hitting or when I'm on the mound, and being able to face great pitchers like Max right here, it's getting helping me raise my level of my game. So I just want to continue to face all these great players and try to keep on getting better.
Well, thank you so much for coming. This has been exciting. It's exciting to be out almost fully, to be here in this beautiful city of Denver, and to have the league champion managers back at it here, not sequestered, quarantined, but out here in front of us, and also some history being made. Max Scherzer getting another All-Star start, and again, Shohei Ohtani, full participation in this All-Star game and making it exciting. I'll let you know. Yeah, thank you. Congratulations. We will have the National League All-Stars will be available at the Wynkoop Promenade at 12:45. The American League All-Stars at 1:45. So thank you so much, and congratulations to both of our starters. Congrats. Thank you.